Dear students, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I would like to say welcome back to the Best English Business YouTube channel. And today I'm going to teach you about the pronunciation of regular simple past. Yes, as you have seen on the whiteboard, our today's class will be about the pronunciation of regular simple past. Before coming to this lesson, I would like to say stay tuned by keep watching this video, and please don't forget to share, like, subscribe and comment this video and YouTube channel. And right now let me dive into the lesson. So as you have seen, yes, on the blackboard, the lesson states about how to pronounce what the regular simple past tense. By the way, two different types of what simple past are there in English language. That can be what verbs. That verb can be the regular verb and the irregular verbs. So regular simple pasts and irregular simple past are there. So what the difference between the regular simple past and the irregular simple past? How can we differentiate regular simple past from the irregular simple past? Or what the difference between regular and irregular verb? Good students. Regular verb means, as the name indicates, is a kind of the verbs that ended with three suffixes, like what? Ed suffix, ied suffix, and d suffixes. When I say suffix, I mean that it is a letter or a group of letters that can be added or attached to the end of what any base verb or root word, and that is called what? The suffix. Yes, that is the suffix. Good. So if you add yes, ed, ied, and d to any base verbs, yes, to make the simple past or verb to, you call such kind of what verb as the regular simple past. And whereas the irregular simple past is also another type of what simple past verb, and it doesn't just want to follow the rule ed, ied, or what d suffixes. Okay, class. And if it changes, it is what letter form is. You call that is the type of what simple past as irregular simple past. Better. Now, let me show the difference between IED, D, and ED. When do we add IED to the regular simple past verbs? Good. If the given verb ended with Y consonant letter, and in front of Y consonant letter, there is in front of Y consonant letter, there is another consonant letters. That means CC rules. C means consonant. And again, C means consonant. CC means consonant, consonant. If it ended with Y and in front of Y there is the consonant letter, you can change Y into I. And adding ed is preferable for that. So, let me say this one. The first verb is what? Verb 1, or we call this as the simple present. And the verb 2, or which we call it what? Simple past. And when we change this one, for example, the verb which says what? He studied, and this is the V1 or the simple present. If I want to just make this one simple past, and that type of verb is the regular simple past, I can change Y into I. Y can be changed into I. And then you need to use what? C rules. Y is consonant letter, C means consonant. And D is also the consonant letter. So if there is what? Any type of what consonant letters in front of Y, you can change Y into I. And then adding ed is what preferable. So we can say he studied. When we change he studied into simple past, it becomes he studied. So I use the IED rules. That's why. Because in front of the Y consonant letter, there is D consonant letter. But if the verb is ended with Y, just like he studied, but in front of Y there is the vowel letter, we do not change Y into I. That's why. Because we don't change Y when there is A or E or I or 5 vowel letters. So you can use here V, C other one. That means A is vowel letter, V means vowel letter. Y is consonant letter, C means consonant letter. So if it is preceded with V, C, you do not change Y into I. You put it as it is and add it normally once, ed for that. But if it is ended with CC, just like what he studied, or let's say this one, try. For example, The verb try ended with what? It is ended with Y. And in front of Y, C is consonant, Y is consonant letter. So you can say, or you can substitute replace instead of this one, consonant letter C. And R is consonant letter. You can also replace instead of R as consonant letter C. And then we can change this one, but we don't change this one. That's why in front of Y there is consonant letter. Here, in front of Y there is vowel letter. A is the vowel letter. So you can change this one simply by adding ed, okay class? So we can say played in normal ways. But when I change this one, that means tried, into the simple past, it becomes what? Tried, I-E-D. So that is the rules, yes, we may apply when we make some regular simple past tense in this form. And the last one is what? Adding D. When do we add D to the regular simple past class? Good. If the given verb ended with what? E vowel letter, you can add only what? D for such kinds of what? Verbs to make it what? The simple past or V2. For example, the given verb says what? Arrive. Yes? Your verb can be what? Arrive. So, arrive ended with what? E vowel letter. So, when you make this one what? Simple past or it is what? V2. You simply add for this one what? D suffix. That's why. Because it ends with what? E. Not only this one. For example, the verb which says what? Baker. If we take this verb, it is ended with what? E. Just like this one. And live. Or sometimes we call this one live as the verb. Live and live. So there is E at the end of these three verbs. So to make this one what? Simple past, we say arrived. For this one, we add only what? Did. That's why it ended with E. And so our suffix become, yes, our suffix becomes what? D. And here, what? Baked. We say, yes, baked. You simply add only D. What about this one? Lived. You simply add what? Only D. Yes, that's why itself ended with, the verb itself ended with what? With E vowel letter. So, ED, IED, and D are the suffixes that we add to the end of any type of what? Regular simple past verbs. Okay, class. That's the point what I want to just teach you. Another point what I want to just show you here is that, yes, the pronunciation of what? The pronunciation of regular simple past. How can we pronounce the regular simple past? Is what I have shown. I have shown you before class. Good. When we pronounce, yes, we can pronounce the regular simple past in three different ways, based on what? Based on their consonant voice, based on their voice. Yes, three different voices are there in English language in case of what? Consonant letters. And the first one is what? Yes, the first consonant is voiced consonants. Yes, voiced what? Consonant letters. Voiced consonants. And what about the second? The second one is voiceless. What class? Voiceless consonants. I'm not talking about the vowel letters, okay class? Consonant letters. Consonants. The third one is neither voiced nor voiceless. Neither or neither. You can say neither or neither. We can pronounce in two different ways. Neither or neither. You can say that, okay? Neither voiced nor voiceless letter. Voiceless consonants. Consonants. What are voiced consonants? 12 voiced consonant letters are there in English language, and the first one is what's B. Yes? Let me mention them. Okay? Let me list them. The first one is what's B. B is the voiced consonants. Yes? Second one is what's? Yes? The second one is, yes, it is G. And what about the third? J. What about the next? G. G, J. And what about the next? Next this one. Next this one. L. And M. The next one. N. And the next one, O is vowel letter. No, it is not consonant, but we are talking about the consonant letters, especially the voiced consonant letters. N, and the next to N, the next one is what? R. And what about the next one? Yes, the next to this one, we can use what letters? V. And next to this one, yes, what? The next one is what? It is W. And the other one is what? Y. And the other is what? Z. Yes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, voiced consonants are 12 in number. Don't forget, okay, class? B, D, J, G, L, M, N, R, V, W, Y. That are the voiced consonants. And the other one is what? Voiceless consonant. Voiceless consonant means the consonant letters that don't include in what's in the voiced one. Yes, this means, okay, here, do we have C here, class? No, so it is voiceless. C is the voiceless consonant letters. And what about the next one? Yes, next to C, there is D. D is the consonant one, so we don't use here. And the next one is E. E is vowel letter. Vowel letter doesn't play a great role in the pronunciation of what's this regular simple past. So we jump over it now, and then say you can F. So do we have F here? No. So F is the voiceless. So F. Next to F, G. G is the voiceless, so we don't use here. And next to G, H. H is the voiceless. J, it is consonant, voiced consonant, so we don't hear. K, do we have K here? No. So we can use it as the voiceless. So K, and the next to K, J, K, L, M, N, and next to N, yes, there is L, M, N, O. O is the vowel letter, and next to this one, there is what? P. P is the voiceless, and the other one is what? The other one is Q. Yes, Q is voiceless, and next to Q, yes, there is what? Yes, other letters that can be T, O, that can be S, and the other one is what? Yes, X. Yes, and the other, you can also use what? TS or SH, and the other one is what? CH. CH are the voiceless consonants. And the last one is what? Neither voiced nor voiceless. There are two numbers. These letters are what? D and what? D and T. Good. So based on these three words, voiced consonants, voiceless consonants, and neither voiced nor voiceless consonants, we can pronounce the simple past, that means the regular simple past, in three different ways. That means the voiced consonant can be pronounced as D sound, okay class, don't forget. We pronounce, or if the given verb is ended with these vowel letters, before adding ed, ied, or d, you pronounce them as the normal d. So you can say d. Normally, we pronounce it what saying what d. And if it is ended with the voiceless, that means among these what consonant letters, that is called what's voiceless, you pronounce them as t. Yes, we pronounce this one as T. What we pronounce it as T? D or ED or IED. If it is ended with what? We see F, H, K, P, Q, T, S, X, T, S, SH or CH. Okay, class, don't forget that. And if it is ended with T and D, we can pronounce this one as id sound. Don't forget this, okay, class? If it is ended with D and T, yes, before adding ED and IED, you pronounce that sound as that ed sound or id sound and d sound as the it. Don't say ied. So this is the systematic ways in which we pronounce when the given simple past regular markers ended with these what different types of what voiced as the voiced consonants, voiceless consonant, and neither voiced nor voiceless consonant. Let me show you this one with example. For example, let me classify it first as D, T, and id sound. The first sound is what? The D sound. That means the voiced consonant letters. Yes, D sounds. D sounds. And the second one is what? The T sounds. T sound means voiceless consonant letters. Yes, T sounds. And the next one is what? The next and the last one is the id sounds. Id sounds means the sounds, the consonant letters ended with D and T. Yes, id what? Sounds. Yes. Okay, look class. The first one is what? It says what? Be. For example, if you take the verb, it says what? Number 1. And this verb is ended with be. Let me say comb. Yes? Comb is the regular verb. When I change this one into the simple past, I simply add ed for this one. Yes? It becomes what? Combed. So, before I add ed, the given verb is ended with what? B consonant letter. The B consonant letter is the voiced consonants. So the voiced consonants can be pronounced as D sound. So when we pronounce this one, we can say simply combed. Yes, combed. We call in a normal D sound. But if the given verb ended with what? C, for example, let me give you one example. Example which says what? Voice. Yes, voice is what? Is the regular verb. When I change this one into the simple past, I simply add D. That's why, because it is ended with E vowel letter. So it becomes what? D, and then before adding ed suffixes, there is C consonant letter. C consonant letter is found under the voiceless consonants. So the voiceless consonants can be pronounced in the regular simple past as T sound. So you can't say voiced just like this one. Here we say combed. That's why, because it is ended with B consonant letter, voiced consonant letters. So the voiced consonant letters can be pronounced as the D sounds. But in this case, you don't say what? Voiced. Rather to say what? Voiced. That's why, because C is the voiceless. Yes, here. The voiceless can be pronounced in the regular simple past as the T sound. So you can say, we say voiced. Don't say voiced, okay, class? That's a great error or mistake. And the other one is what? The one which ended with what? With T and D. For example, let me take this one. Here it says and before adding what? Ed to make it what? The simple past, it is ended with D consonant letter. D is neither voiced nor voiceless, as we have said before. Yes? So when we pronounce this one, we don't say ended. We don't say that. That's why D is not the consonant letter. Voiced consonant letter. But it is what? It is neither voiced nor voiceless. Ended with what? D. And so when we pronounce this one, we say id sound. Instead of ed, we can use what? Id. So you can say ended. 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 We don't say that. Okay. For example, let me use this one. The verb which says include. Yes. Here, yes, I use what? Ed. So before ed, there is what? D consonant letter, just like this one. D is neither voiced nor voiceless. So when we pronounce them, we say what? Included. Included. Don't say included. We don't say that. We wouldn't say that. That's why. Because it is not the voiced consonant. But it is neither voiced nor voiceless. Neither voiced nor voiceless consonant can be pronounced as or can be read as what class? As the id sound. So you can say included. Don't forget that. Not only this one. If it is ended with T sound, for example, let me say this one. Calculate. It says calculate. Yes? Calculate. So I simply add D to make it what? Simple past. It says calculated. Don't say calculated. Calculated. That's why. Because before adding ed, there is t consonant letters, and t consonant letter is neither voice nor voiceless. So when we pronounce them as ed sound. So you can say calculated. Don't say that. Generated. Don't say generated. It is impossible to say that. Okay, class. Yes, just like this one. Yes, separated. Don't say separated. That's completely what? Wrong. Rather to say that, use this structure. And again, the other letters can be just what? H. For example, let's have a look at this one. The verb which is ended with what? H. For example, let's use this one. Laugh. If you take this verb, it's the regular verbs. We simply add ed for this one, and it becomes what? Laughed. Am I right, class? No, I am mistaken. Yes, it is not right. When we pronounce this one, before pronouncing it, please don't forget to look at the suffixes. In front of the suffixes ed, there is what? H consonant letters. The H consonant letters is what? Voiceless. The voiceless can be pronounced as what? T sound. So I can say what? Laughed. Rather to say laughed, it is what? Get to say what? Laughed. Ed can be pronounced as T sound. That's why. Because H is the voiceless consonant. Not only this one. For example, let's have a look at this K. And it says what? Question number 3. Ask. It says what? Ask. Ask is ended with K before adding what? Ed to make it what? Simple past. So when I add ed to make it what? Simple past, it becomes what? Asked. Please don't say asked. Rather to say asked, it is better or preferable to say what? Asked. Before ed, there is K what? Letter K is the voiceless consonants. So they can be pronounced as T sound, not as D, or it, or as normal others. Okay, class? So we say asked. Don't say asked. Asked. Yes? And another one is what? For example, let me say this one. Yes? It says watch. Yes? At the end of the verb, there is CH. If it is ended with CH, you pronounce them as what? T sound. So we can say what? In front of ED, there is CH what? Consonant letters. The CH consonant letters are what? Voiceless. C is what? The voiceless. And H is also voiceless. So when we use in the same what? Word, you can say what? CH, and that is what? What. Don't say what. What. T sound. Fetched. Don't say that. And again, the S1. For example, if you use this one, S, and it says number 5, for example, kiss. It says what? Kiss. And then we add ed to it to make it what? Simple past. So in front of ed, there is S. So we don't say kissed. That's why. Because it is not the voiced consonant letters. S is the voiceless consonant letters. So you can pronounce them as T. So you can say what? Kissed. Rather to say kissed, it is preferable to say what? Kissed. That is T sound. Okay, class? Okay, for example, instead of what? X. Number 6, it says fix. Fix means repair something, okay? And then at the end of what? Your given base verb or regular verbs, there is X, and if I add to it what? Ed, it becomes fix. It says what? Fix it. Don't say fix it. We don't say that. We wouldn't say, okay, class. That's why X is voiceless consonant letters. So for voiceless consonant letters, we pronounce them as T sounds. So fix it. Mix it. Don't forget that. So and this is all about the T sounds and ed sounds. We pronounce as ed sounds if the given letter is ended with D and what? T. Another one is what? The D normal sounds. The D normal sounds means it is if it is ended with what? With G. For example, let me use this one. The verb which says what? Beg. For example, it is what? The simple past of this one is what? Begged. Yes? Before adding ed, it is ended with what? G. I mean, G is what? The voice consonant. So when we pronounce it, we pronounce it in a normal D. So you can say begged. That's the normal, okay, class? Yes? Don't forget that. And another one is what? L, for example, L, M, and others are there. M, for example, let me say this one. Yes, sim. Yes, sim means resemble. Yes, and I ought to eat what? Ed, to make it what? Simple past. So we pronounce this one as simmed. That's why M is voice de consonantes. Voice de consonant letters can be pronounced as D. Yes, this is the point what I want to just tell you. Not only this one. For example, Y. If it is ended with Y consonant letter, you pronounce as D sound. For example, it says play. Play is ended with what? Y. So if I add to it what? Ed, it becomes what? Played. So we pronounce it as a normal D, played. For example, Z. Minimize. Number 5 says minimize. Minimize. It is ended with what? Ed. In front of ed, there is Z consonant letter. So we pronounce it as minimized. What? Don't forget that, okay, class? And W, for example, borrow, borrowed. That's why W is what? It is the voice consonant. Arrive, arrived. In front of ed, there is viva letters up there. Refer, referred. Yes? Learn, learned. And others are what? The way in which we pronounce the regular and irregular parts. Thanks so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, share, and like this video. Till I meet you. Yes, next time. Have a nice time. Bye-bye.